Oh shit! What's going on, guys? What is going on? Listen. How did you get the 5x5? Anyway, Tom, Chanel, thank you for the 5x5. Brave browser lately. RW channels asking if anyone is having issues with Brave browser lately. Stephanie, Elaine, Patty, thank you for the 5x5. Hammer Toe, thank you for the 5x5. Joe FW, holy shit, that jump. Michael EK, Jeep Dog, Rick, thank you for the 5x5. Warchild, Spotted, thank you for the 5x5. Sojourner, Let's Go. Greg Giorgio, Dobie, Tia, Raccoon Eyes, thank you for the 5x5. Killing It, thank you for the 5x5. Falcon, thank you for being present. Patty, No Juan, thank you for the Sleepy by Tired. Buy the book. James, Caribbean House, RS, Trump, Scott, Simpler, thank you for the 5x5, guys. Adam, thank you for 5x5. Mystical, Diddy Party, Life Sentence. Mr. Landfill, Mike, William, Water Tiger, thank you for the 5x5. Greg, Mule, James, thank you for the 5x5. Appreciate it, guys. No shit. Yeah, listen, man. Once over 40, holy shit. You pray for a good night's sleep. You know what? When we were younger, we didn't worry about sleep. You know, we were just like, you know, you partied, you went to work, you hung out late, you went on dates, you did it all. And now that I'm like 47, I'm like I want a good night's sleep, Lord. You know, like that's what we look forward to now, a good night's sleep. I can't wait to hit the bed. Holy shit. It's going to be the best sleep I ever had. I'm going to not soak, but I'm going to take a hot shower, relax all the muscles, do my stretching technique, boom, right in the bed. See you guys fucking later, you know, in the morning. I'm going to wake up fucking crippled, man. All fucked up and shit. Let's see. So, NY Prepper is on right now. He states that the Ukraine striked Russia again. This must be recent. I don't think it's live, but I don't think it is. No, this is not live. This is a video. But he is watching the Ukraine barrier, some shit like that now. Interesting shit. But everything cannot be an urgency. Though it is, I guess. Alright, let me find my fucking channel. I'll be right, give me a second. But yeah, guys, things are gonna get way out of control a lot faster. So, you guys heard about this Johnny Somali? Somali Johnny? Am I saying that right? He's been showing up all over my... He's been showing up all over the YouTube here. Whatever. Let me fucking get to the video at hand. Yeah, but anyways, this guy that went to South Korea, he also went to Japan, and he was acting like a complete asshole, like being a complete degenerate. Anyway, it turns out that they arrested him for numerous... No, not the Juicy Smollier, Johnny Somali. Yeah, okay, Joseph said that dude's a tool. Yeah, it's that guy. The fake hoax guy, I guess. He's an asshole. He goes around disrespecting people, like, you know, calling Japanese people chinks and all kinds of shit. That freaking kid is a... Yes, that's that kid. Yeah, he's a twat. There's Scott Max like, yo. And so he's getting, what, like 16 years? 29 years. Thank you, Joseph. 29 years for being an asshole. Mike, I'm tired. When I get tired, I don't curse as much. Forgive me. No, that was another YouTuber that crashed his car and died. That was another kid. He was from here in Harlem, by the way. It happened in Harlem, if I'm not mistaken. That was a different kid. This guy was a complete asshole, and like when you watch his videos, you're like, yo, somebody should. Yes, Great Giorgio, I saw that Juicy Smolier's conviction was overturned today. It's insanity. Yo, but John Wright, arrogant little fuck is right. But what I found interesting was like in the video, and I don't watch any of his videos, so I watched a video that talked about him. And they used snippets of his videos. And in the snippets of his videos, he's sitting there like, I don't give a fuck. Screw that. I'll do whatever I want. He's like, fuck them. He said, I'm an animal. I'm evil like that. I'm this. I'm that. And now he's doing 29 years, and supposedly he's crying about it. Asking him to please let me go. I'll never come back to your country again. Yo, let that kid do 29 years and let him think about it every day of the week. Now, he has gotten beaten up once or twice because he was very disrespectful. Now, listen, you go to another country, you got to play, you got to play the game. It's not like here in the United States where you could do whatever you want and be disrespectful, but there in China in Japan, he was being an asshole and they didn't arrest him. And they're trying to figure out why they didn't arrest him. But the Koreans weren't playing. They were not playing. Did Smollett get a insanity plea? I don't know. I didn't read into why they overturned it. They did say why they overturned it. The judge deemed it unfair or some shit like that. Or the fact that they tried him twice and they felt like it was unfair, so it was overturned. So whatever. But the Johnny Somali kid, yeah, he's toast. 29 years, they're not going to bargain for him. Imagine, like, if you contacted somebody from the embassy, American embassy in South Korea, and the American embassy is like, who do you got? Johnny who? Sounds like an asshole. Yeah, he's a YouTuber that's being disrespectful to us. All right, let me see his channel. And you look at his channel, you're like, yeah, fuck that kid. Let him stay there. At the very least, let him do a couple years. I would probably advocate to get him cut loose, but I will let him do like 5, 6, 10, maybe 28 years. And on the 28th year, cut him loose. He didn't do 29. Yes, double jeopardy. Exactly. Is my chair making me itch? No, I just itchy. When I get tired, for some reason I get very itchy all over, and which doesn't make any sense. And I snore, but there's nobody here to hear me snore, so fun times. But that's when I get it when I'm exhausted. South Korea jails are nicer than American jails, so either way, he's gonna win. North Korean jails, on the other hand, not so good. Nope, let him learn a lesson. 29 years is a long time for a young kid like that. I mean, he disrespected some of their shit. He didn't rape anybody or kill anybody. But, he should definitely do a couple years, but not 29 years. I mean, I looked at the guy and I wanted to punch him in the face, but I thought to myself, I'm like, 29 years is a bit much. It's a bit on the rough side. Anyway. So, we're going to go over the Agenda 47 bullshit real quick. Wait, how much time we got? 9 minutes in. Yeah, so, Falcon, that is true. I haven't been drinking water. I haven't, I have not drank the water I was supposed to. Yeah, so maybe that's another thing too. Like I gotta I'm gonna guzzle. I'm not guzzling that much water before I go to bed. But let's get into the whole Agenda 47. So of course, guys, the public, liberals, the left, they were worried about Project 2025. And they were crying, carrying on, and screaming about Project 2025. And they were like, well, why and how come and yada, yada, yada. All right. So now, of course, Agenda 47, which is some of Project 25. I wouldn't say it's directly related, but he took some of Project 2025. He took his own ideas. He took other people's ideas, and he came up with a fast, focused Agenda 47. So with this, Agenda 47 starts out with education. Now, according to the liberals, they said that he's going to change education forever and that he's going to destroy it. Because education, as of right now, is not destroyed as it is. We got kids learning about transgender bullshit and the gay lifestyle and not what needs to be taught in school. In some schools, they took out the slavery, they taught black history, but they left out slavery because it was too offensive and harmful to kids. Teaching kids about what happened in the world turned out to be offensive. Now, this is some schools. All schools are not doing this, but he wants all the schools to get on the same page, though with education, he's giving states full control over their education, which is sort of like it goes against what he said when he said he wanted to fix it. You can't fix the educational system and give it back to the states. So there has to be some kind of tether for this to work. So yes, the states can have a majority control over their content and their curriculum, but there needs to be a tether, and the tether is cutting federal funding to any school that teaches critical race theory and or woke nonsense. He's also supporting homeschool and giving people up to $10,000 tax credit or something like that, which is pretty interesting. Universities. He wants to create a free online American Academy that covers a full spectrum of human knowledge and skills. The skills part is cool. So I'm wondering if they're going to, when they go to the skills part, they're talking about like bricklaying, carpentry, welding, things like that. Levying significant fines on colleges and universities that he believes discriminate against students. That's a tough one because there are colleges that are discriminating against white kids. So keep that in mind. He wants to leave the climate change. He wants to leave the Paris Climate Accord. That's going to happen again. And then he wants to drill some more. So again, Trump and I will never see eye to eye on the climate. The climate is doing its own thing. There are things we're speeding up, like dumping garbage into the fucking ocean. That's where I have an issue with it. If you want to fight climate change, let's not go after cows. Let's go after the factories that are still open overseas, pumping millions of tons of shit in the air a day. That's what we should be doing. But anyway, Trump vows... Okay, excuse me. That was the climate change. Justice Department, Trump has pledged to appoint 100 U.S. attorneys who would align with his policies and investigate any left-leaning local district attorneys and or politicians. Excuse me. He wants to fight crime nationwide, which you really can't, but his idea is Trump has vowed to invest in hiring and retaining police officers and increasing their protection from legal liability, and pushes policies at stop and frisk. Now again, stop and frisk, guys, is illegal. But hands down, if you are a constitutionalist, you cannot believe in stop and frisk. If you are all for the freedoms of American citizens, you cannot believe in stop and frisk. Stop and frisk does have its upside, but it has its downside as well. They were doing it to the Jews in Germany when they were stopping and frisking them. So take that to where you may. Excuse me. Immigration. Trump plans to prohibit undocumented immigrants from receiving any benefits. We've been saying that for the last 4 fucking years. Ending birthright citizenship for the children of undocumented immigrants. That one I have an issue with. Only because that's how America was built. It was built by people coming here and having their kids. Now I understand that he doesn't want anchor babies, because once parents do that, their kids get to stay here, and so do the parents, at the very least the mother. So that's an interesting one. let's see. He wants to reinstitute a travel ban from certain countries and pause refugees' admission and mandate extreme vetting of foreign nationals. Economy. Trump proposes tax cuts, slashing federal regulations, and proposing baseline tariffs on foreign goods in hopes of spurring American manufacturing. Healthcare. Trump was supposed to require, Trump has proposed requiring federal agencies to buy medicines. Yeah, stop and frisk violates the fourth. And that's my point is that it shouldn't be allowed, period. There needs to be a better way. There is a happy medium, but stopping and frisking people just because is not good. It was never good. Medical devices manufactured in the United States. He wants more medical devices manufactured here and not overseas. He wants more medications made here and not overseas. Barring federal agencies from other countries, federal agencies from other countries from purchasing essential drugs. Those essential drugs he wants made here. Foreign policy and defense. Trump wants European allies to pay back the U.S. for depleting its military stockpile, specifically Ukraine, calling for new restrictions on Chinese-owned infrastructures in the United States, those places that are being bought by military bases, wants to build missile defense shield like what Israel has, and looks to end most conflicts, as we all know. But this conflict or war is getting out of hand between Ukraine and Russia. By the time he gets into office, he's going to be handed a shit sandwich or a soup sandwich, you choose. Social Security. Trump says that there should be no cuts to Social Security or Medicaid under any circumstances. He wants to work on homelessness, plan to work with states to ban public camping areas that homeless people preside in. Like, a lot of parks now are having homeless camps. In fact, there was a homeless encampment in Prospect Park last week, and there was a fire there. There was a pretty big fire for Prospect Park because of a homeless encampment. He calls for creating large tent cities where homeless people would be able to relocate, but it would be designated camp cities. Says they're not haphazardly all over the fucking city. Have doctors and social workers on site, along with expanding mental institutions and making sure that these people are taking their meds, which will probably in turn just have them go to a psych ward. That's pretty much it. 2 more minutes. Transgender rights, calling for any healthcare providers providing a gender-affirming care to youths be terminated from medical care and Medicaid, stripping federal funding for any school where an official or teacher suggests a child could be trapped in the wrong body, encouraging Congress to pass legislation saying there's only 2 genders in the United States, male and female, and that's the one that they're assigned at birth. That'll be a good one. That'll be very interesting if he was able to do that one. I'd be really surprised if he got away with that one. And that is Agenda 47 in a nutshell. The liberals are crying about it because they transgender rights. He's going to take their rights away. If I'm not mistaken, healthcare, he's going to take transgender rights away. They made it about themselves yet again. What was it? Schools, education, because he wants to take away the whole LGBT learning in schools. He said that he wants to do away with a lot of that. They took that as an attack as well. So the gay community, the liberal gay community, made Agenda 47 as he's trying to extinguish them. When I heard that, I was like, wait, what? First it was Project 2025. Now it's Agenda 47? Like, people are going to find some shit to be upset about no matter what. They're going to cry, bitch, and moan, and that's just how it is. You can't make anybody happy. And even if Trump didn't touch any of this shit, they are passing rumors that don't make any sense. No, it doesn't sound too bad of an agenda. It's not bad at all. Like, granted, with the drilling and shit like that, where I have an issue with, other than that, it's a pretty fucking solid plan. But you're not going to agree with everybody and their plans, no matter who they are. Now, granted, guys, you got Trumpsters on here who will look at Trump's plan and Trump could do no wrong. Matter of fact, when I was talking about Matt Gaetz and I said that he was a bad pick, what happened to Matt Gaetz today? The motherfucker stepped down because of his shady past. Now, according to the court documents of Matt Gaetz, apparently when he was making out and or caressing the 17-year-old girl, when he found out she was 17, he immediately stopped, according to the court proceedings, the documents. My thing is, I could look at a fucking kid today and know exactly how old she is. There are girls out here that try too hard to look older, and they're not. And to fall for the assumption that, oh, she looked young, I didn't think she was that young. Yo, when you're in a high-powered position like Matt Gaetz is, you better fucking you better card every chick you talk to. You say hello to a chick, how old are you? This shit, like, again, his shady past, man, I wasn't buying it at all. And because they sealed the records, his rich and powerful family will not let that come out. So he could have banged the girl, he might not have banged her. It might have been a mistake, he probably did it on purpose. We will never know. But when they seal your records, they're hiding something. Because if he did nothing wrong, he should have threw that on the table, went before Congress, and did the whole interview process, or Senate, whoever it is, did the whole interview process. You're going to piss people off. I already did. Listen, I don't care. I do not give a shit. And again, 17 ain't a child. 17 is too young. Burnett in the room. Again, people defending that bullshit. But had that been Biden with a 17-year-old child or kid, you guys would have blew Biden up. You cannot have it both ways, guys. You cannot be hypocrites. And the right are just about as hypocritical as the left. When you're sitting there making excuses for what this guy did. This guy reeks scumbag. He reeks daddy's money, spoiled rich kid. He reeks it. When you leave Senate, all the investigations stop. And thank you. And 17 is too young. No excuses. A 17-year-old girl will try to, 18-year-old, hell, a 22-year-old girl will try to talk to me and want to go on a date. I'd be like, fucking no. Absolutely not. Because that's fucking, and that's me, and I'm 47. This guy's about my age, maybe a little younger. And this happened a couple years back. It's too young, period. I don't give a fuck if the girl's 21 and legal age and could drink like a fucking sailor. No. I got married at 16. It doesn't matter if 17's legal. It's morally wrong. Period. I like that people defending the guy, but like, well, it's legal. Who gives a shit if it's legal? So is 21. It's too fucking young. Period. I don't know about 17s. Yeah, and that's the other thing. 17-year-olds, they're not mentally developed. They're retarded. 17-year-old girls are retards. Period. 17 is legal in Texas. I don't give a fuck how legal it is. It's morally wrong. Period. 45 to 55, no teeth. There you go. Yeah, get some. Still too young. It is too young. Again, I wouldn't do it. Banana USA, where's your wife? Not here. Yo, Donald, the female teacher thing, they get away with murder with that shit. And it's a little different. I know people say that it's the same thing. It really isn't. There's something about boys can handle themselves a lot better with women, especially at 17, 15, 16 years old. There's a difference there between a 15-year-old girl and a 15-year-old boy. It's just how it is. And people are like, it's not the same. A 15-year-old boy can fight off a teacher. Absolutely can. Throw hands and knock around. A 15-year-old girl cannot fight off a grown man. She just can't. Unless she's a Muay Thai fighter. But it's morally wrong. Did you get divorced? No, separated. Banana USA. I'm 41. Yo, I'm telling you, like, a young girl tried to talk to me, like, yo, get the fuck away from me. Move. When were you born? She like, 2000, don't. Don't even finish that. Don't finish the rest of that fucking year. I don't want to hear it. Yo, I can't even tolerate talking to the kids today. Let alone trying to go on a date and sit across the table from a girl who's fucking 20-something years old. No. I like them old and big. Because they can't run away from you. But, yeah, whatever. Jason needs the stereo system. Lots of young girls are old rich dudes. But that's the problem, too. A lot of these young girls today, there's a thing. There's a thing online with young girls wanting to get with guys who have, like, a secure future. Right? And so they go for that. And I didn't know. So, for example, like upstate New York, there's a couple of towns up there, and there are women who will go after a guy who's a police, firefighter, sanitation worker because he is, he has a good job, a job that's hard to get fired from, and a pension, and there's good money there. And I didn't know that was a thing. I had no clue. Trump 45. I don't know what prawn is. I know what porn is. I don't know what prawn is. Is that shrimp? And that's prawns. Anyway. But, you know. But yeah, that's all. It's just all I hear. The chick's like, I want money, and then every girl, just about every girl on Instagram, has an OnlyFans page. I'm like, every girl, like, where's the originality, man? Where's the There's no originality anymore. Zero. The amount of girls out there that all have fucking OnlyFans pages is insane. And the crazy shit about half of those pages, if not most of them, is they're not doing anything. They're showing their tits, maybe their ass, and then that's it. There's nothing to it. And I'm like, what about, like, you know, like being sexy and, like, playing a flute or some shit? You know, I don't know why I said flute. But, you know, like, or playing a bass guitar, you know? Like, show some skills with your body or some shit. Be creative, you know? Be the nude comedian. I don't know, fucking basket weave. You know, fake the guys out, and then they go on their OnlyFans and you're basket weaving and shit in silence. When you have mood music in the background. You know, something. But nah, these chicks are just like it's the same shit with all of them. Every last chick. I'm like, what the fuck? It's annoying. And then it's even more annoying when girls are like, oh, I want a guy with a fast car, this, that, and the third. I'm like, why? And then women complain about the guys they go after, the same guys that treat them like shit. Flute, Lizzo. Probably. The next question out of my mouth is whatever. No, only I don't know. Playing the flute. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. It popped in my head like flute. Sharpening knives. Yeah, something. Juggling knives. Right? Juggling a chainsaw. Maybe not naked, because that's gotta hurt if you get hit the wrong way. Yeah, but the problem, Donald, the problem is a lot of when OnlyFans first began, a lot of those girls who got in the beginning, they were making millions a year. Matter of fact, that girl, Bad Baby, is that her name? The Catch Me Outside girl? As soon as she turned 18, she opened her OnlyFans account. She started her OnlyFans account. Within a week, she made some crazy shit like, I don't know, $200,000 or something like that. She made a few $100,000. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this off in a couple minutes. You're thinking of American Pie, I guess. I don't know. But, so, as soon as she turned 18, she started the page, and boom. So now, a lot of girls seem to think that they can make a lot of money. Now, I have spoken to a chick that I did a boudoir shoot with a few years ago, and she said she had an OnlyFans page. Okay. So, just keep in mind, guys, that this lady was not good looking. Not even a little bit. And so, she had an OnlyFans. And she said she did well. She said she did a couple thousand a month. And I was like, really? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you? Okay, so dudes are desperate. But you can do some damage out there. You could definitely do some damage out in OnlyFans. It depends on where you are and how you start. Turn the lights off. Yeah. No. So, but I don't get it. It's like YouTube. You know, they're people. Okay, so I'm on a group on YouTube. It's called. I'm sorry. I'm on a YouTube group on Facebook. Excuse me, and it's called Small YouTube Channels or whatever. And every day, just about every day, someone asks the question of how do I get my watch hours up and how do I make my money? And I go, what? Every day. And every day I reply to people, be patient. You're not going to get the money instantaneously. Everybody thinks that they can start an OnlyFans, a YouTube channel, an IG page, a TikTok channel, and they think that everybody is going to become a millionaire or make a certain amount of money at the end of the month. Listen, you could be lucky and hit a stride, but for 99% of everybody else, you got to put the work into it. And it could take years to make a little bit of money. Never mind becoming like Mr. Beast, who, again, took years to get there. Mr. Beast is making millions. I mean, I don't know what he's making now since that whole scandal went down. The private, yeah. But, everybody wants that money now. They want it right now. They want it today. They think that they're going to pop on these social media platforms and the money's going to fall in their lap. And I tell people, it does not work that way. You got to put in a minimum of 3 years and constant 3 years. No days off, no slacking, keep to your schedule, and you will see it grow. Sell your feet photos. Raccoon eyes. No, thank you. No, thank you. My feet look like fucking eagle talons anyway. They'll fucking pick a small child up and carry him away. But anyway, sorry. This went way too long than I wanted it to. But again, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Agenda 47 doesn't sound bad, right? And the liberals are going to try to make it sound like the worst thing in the world. And you're going to see, you can type in Agenda 47 problems on Twitter. Type that in a search. Look at all the retarded videos that follow behind it. Retarded, stupid, morons. But anyway, guys, other than that, thank you for following me. Thank you for dealing with me. Thank you for dealing with my tired bullshit. I'm going to go to bed now. Good night. See you next week.